Miss Gentle! Fabio! Miss Gentle, come on, man. Come on. Miss Gentle, stop the man. Miss Gentle, stop the man. Oh, stop, man. Oh, man. Miss Gentle! It's fine. I don't call the police. I already called the police.
So we're outside of the Rhineveld police station. There are a number of teachers who have gathered out here. A number of them, one of their colleagues have been detained because there has yet been another assault on a teacher at a secondary school. And we are out here as well underground, and we're going to try to get a sense from them what is happening here this afternoon. We were even made to understand that the teacher has been detained while the alleged aggressor has gone. So we want to know what is happening here, because over the last week we've seen some stuff happening at a secondary school there in Region 5, Fort Wellington. We saw at Harmony Secondary School in Linden an assault on teachers and students, assault on a teacher there in Region 5. And in the weeks before that. So there's a lot going on in the educational system that we really want to get a sense of what is happening. A number of teachers here. We see also Attorney at Law Darren Wade is here as well. And we're going to get a sense from the folks underground here precisely what is happening. The teachers have come to show solidarity with their colleague, and a number of them have expressed concerns to us, and we're going to try to bring some of that to you. Again, we're outside of the Rhineveld police station. We've been made to understand that the Minister of Education is also here, and she's on the inside trying to see what role she can play in this situation. Again, a number of teachers are on the ground here, and they've come out to show solidarity with their colleague who has been detained. And a number of them have already told me that they are already indicating, in their opinion, the teacher was standing her ground and defending her space. Some of them have said they are fed up, and something must be done to stem this new trend. The assault on teachers in schools. We're outside of the Rhineveld police station in West Rhineveld, and we have had an issue with a teacher and the parent during the course of the day at one of our schools. We have the General Secretary of the Ghana Teachers Union with us. She's going to give us some context to what's happening here.
Sherrod, you know, this seems to be the new medicine of the day. And so today we had a new episode where a parent attacked a teacher at Huston Secondary School. The teacher there, after noticing there was some back and forth talking with them with regards to how the child is behaving, the parent got angry, and so the parent decided that she was going to get physical. So she was pointing her hands in the teacher's face. She hit the teacher's spectacles off of her face. And so the teacher asked her to move aside. Just step in the corner. Your issue is going to be addressed at a later time by the headmaster, the deputy, whoever was going to address the issue. However, the parent was so annoyed that she attempted to apparently scramble the teacher. And the teacher warded her off by pushing her away. After she scrambled the teacher pushed her off. That led to her son now who's a student, attacking the teacher. The teacher, fearing for her life, she ran to another classroom.
I missed this, but was this at a secondary school?
At a secondary school, Huston Secondary School. And so there was this back and forth. The parents scrambled the teacher, and there was this confrontation between the teacher and the parent. But the thing here today is the police were called in. Both the teacher and the parent, they went to the hospital because they both are showing signs of injury, because you had a cutlass into play and a piece of wood and a piece of iron bar and all of that. And so after returning from the station, the teacher was informed by the sergeant station, the station sergeant, I think his name is Mr. Griffith, who informed the teacher that she would be placed under arrest and escorted to East Penitence Police Station. And so she inquired why. And he said to her he got instructions from his superior. On us inquiring, we recognize that his superior is Commander McBean. And so we are here in support of our teacher, because this is, as of today, the 17th teacher who would have been attacked by parents, who would have been attacked by students. Are we going to wait for a teacher to lie motionless on the floor before we do something about it?
This is the 17th teacher in the history of the GTU?
Not in the history of the GTU. Within a 3 or 4 years period, this is the 17th teacher to have been attacked. We have seen just last week 2 teachers being attacked. You know what happened? They were placed on bail. But this afternoon, we are being told that our teacher is going to be arrested and escorted to the East Penitence Police Station, because this was an instruction that came from the commander, Mr. McBean. We will stand here and we are going to ensure that even if the president has got to leave wherever he is to come here, that our teacher will not be placed in custody. This is overbearing, it's disgusting, and it's disgraceful and disrespectful. We can't handle any more of this. Our teachers are committed to what they do, and in return, this is what they get. Slaps from parents, burst head, burst face, choke, lash with wood, lash with sticks. Somebody's going to get chopped just now. We can't afford that.
It's just extraordinary what's happening in the education sector, especially where these, as you rightfully pointed out, it seems to be an escalation in the assault on teachers. What do you think might be driving that?
You know, the thing is, we have a broken system, and unless we fix the broken pieces, we will continue to have these kinds of nonsense. In addition to that, we have parents who feel empowered, because as far as they're concerned, the ministry who sent out to them to say corporal punishment must not be administered in school, and if it were to be administered, then it must be administered by a head teacher, or a teacher that is being supervised by a head teacher. And so parents feel, and students and pupils feel, that they have a right to do all kinds of things. In other instances, you have to, corporal punishment is the last resort. So you issue letters of suspension for 3 days, and you keep issuing letters upon letters upon letters, and the students come back even more empowered. And that is what is causing the issue, because rather than dealing with the child who is misbehaving, many times we see them go to welfare, and we see them go to this fair and that fair, and the children return to schools empowered. And they have numbers for welfare officers who will tell them, if the teacher look at you too hard, send us a message, do this, do that. And there is no way, it seems as if there's no means of fixing the problem. So it seems very soon that the students now and the pupils, they're going to be considered teachers, and our teachers will now become the students. So parents can walk in, beat up on them, students can walk in, beat up on them if you talk a little loud to them, or you scold them for something that they do. Parents and students will take matters into their own hands. If we don't stop this today, it will continue.
Yeah, certainly not a trend we want to continue. Thanks for sharing your thoughts with us, General Secretary.
Thank you so much.
Good. Miss, a very good afternoon. Another teacher has been assaulted in the school system. Talk to us about what is happening.
I wish I understood what was happening. Too many times. This is the 4th teacher. This is the 3rd month in the year, the 4th teacher. So we're not going nice at all. I think the parents and students are being empowered to do what they're doing, because they aren't consequences. For me, the penalties for these acts are a slap on the wrist, And because persons are not being dealt with condignly, they are being empowered to continue this act. And teachers, as you can see today, teachers are fed up. Teachers aren't taking it anymore, right? Teachers aren't taking it anymore. So that's not the path that we want to take. You understand? We want the law to deal with these issues. And because the law is not dealing with issues, Miss reacted how she reacted today because she had to protect herself. At the end of the day, self-preservation is a must. And
Give us a sense of what you are. You part of the same school where the
no, I'm not a part of the same.
Give us a sense of what you heard transpired at the school.
Well,
The teacher's reaction.
well, Miss space was invaded, Miss felt threatened, and Miss responded in the like manner. Miss defended herself, and rightly so, right? And rightly so, because anything could have happened to Miss there if probably Miss has not defended herself.
And how do you kind of reconcile the turn of events with Miss being the one who is detained and the aggressor or the alleged aggressor has gone?
I really wouldn't want to say that is how society views us as teachers, but all evidence is leading me to say that. I mean, we are the molders of the nation's children. We are responsible. We are the main factor responsible for growth and development in this country, and we are treated as the bottom of the barrel, last class citizens. So it's not surprising. It's not surprising at all.
Miss, you in the system.
Yes, sir.
How do we fix this?
Penalties, a $5,000 fine, a $15,000 fine wouldn't work because parents are willing to pay that $15,000 fine and come back again. You understand? Parents or any person who is found assaulting, whether student or teacher, should be given the full force of the law, and the penalty should be harsher than that. Some community work, they should be made to come back to the same school and give up their service. Let the people see, let the students see them working in the same environment. Let them come and clean up. You know, and put them to shame. You understand? Put them to shame. They pass through the court system. One of their penalties should be that they need to give community service to the same area that they went to create these confusions.
Excellent. Thank you so much for
Yes.
your thoughts. Miss, a very good afternoon. What is happening in the school system? Talk to us.
All right, I must identify myself. I'm Ms. Williams. I'm the first Vice President of the Guyana Teachers Union. There has been a rise in violence against teachers within the school system. It has been going on for quite some time now. All we're hearing is that we have the support of those at the Ministry of Education. We have the support of our Minister of Education. But what we're not hearing or what we're not being engaged with formally is what plans do we have to tackle what is going on. From the teacher's perspective, we are feeling as if we're in a broken system, a system of one which no one cares about us, right? Because it's evident here today. All the other assault cases on teachers, where the teachers suffer the blunt of the blow, the parent would have been placed on bail. And we would have been all day with Miss from the station to the health center, back to the station, only to hear that Miss should be detained. And we want to know detained for what? Persons are murdering and they're going on bail. Miss must be detained for representing herself if someone is in her space. You know, we need to have systems in place and not just talking about, okay, we're with you, and have some plan that tackles the indisciplined behavior in school when it comes to teachers. We already cannot discipline them physically. But what is there? They just go to the welfare officer when there is a problem and that solves it. That doesn't solve it. It's deeper than that. And all stakeholders need to come together. We need to have a plan to tackle this.
Excellent. Could you tell us what may have been the extent of the injuries of the teacher who was involved?
Well, what I can say about Ms. Gentle is that,
Physical or emotional?
well, it's both physical and emotional. Who knows Miss knows that she's always very emotional, passionate about her job and so forth. She's also caring. She would have had her spectacles broken. She would have had some scratches to her, I think it's chest, because she received a hit in the chest. She was hit in the face when the spectacles was grabbed from her face. So to that extent, in terms of physical, that is what I know of, because I do not know what the medical state, because I did not engage Miss after the medical, but before that is what I know. Emotionally, I think we're all emotional in the education system because we recognize that we are not being treated fairly no how. When we talk about whether it is financially, whether it is talking about being the children being physical with us, I think that it's an emotional blow, not for missing ourselves, but the entire education fraternity.
Is this a phase we're in? Is this the new norm? And like, how do we go from here? Because you've underscored the fact this seems to be an escalation in this kind of behavior.
Yes, there is. I wouldn't say it's a new norm, but the escalation, yes. And I think my personal opinion why this is so is because there is no proper system put in place to deal with indisciplined behavior on the children's behalf. Everything is stone cold for teachers. Everything, every time a teacher does something, there is a rule that deals with discipline of teachers, steps to follow. So when it comes to the children, oh, you log them, you make a log entry, or you refer them to the welfare office, and then what? Do we have reformed children? No, we don't just need talking when they come, you counsel. Oh, more needs to be done. A better plan should be put in place. My personal opinion.
Thank you so much for your thoughts, Miss. Thank you so much.
Just an update. The parents as well as the Ms. Gentle were sent on their own recognizance, and they are to return tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Both parties have indicated that the incident was unfortunate, and I don't know what will happen tomorrow when they come. There are some other statements to be documented by the police, and we will see where we go tomorrow with that. But we're happy that Ms. Gentle is out and that she's able to go home on her own cognizant, because this is becoming a frequent act where teachers in their schools are being attacked. We had one last week, this week, so we're hoping that incidents of this nature can be eradicated from the school system, because it's happening too frequent. So Ms. Gentle is here, and she can go home now and not feeling well. And I want to thank the officers, Brother Police and Sister Mariska, for standing with her all day. Thank the GS for coming out, Treasurer, and all the branch reps, Sister Kenisha and our team from South. And everybody else, I don't know if everyone is from South, but East. For the Mars and East, we do appreciate their support. And Ms. Gentle was saying she didn't imagine this would happen. She's very happy that we came. Of course, she's a little bit distraught, and I believe she needs some rest. She's going to take some rest, probably for the rest of the tour, and get herself back in.
Yeah.
Right? So I'll ask Brother Collis to come, and GS will come, and based on the outcome of that initial thing, we will decide on the way forward. Right?
Thank you all for your support. Thank you very much.
Mr. President, in talking to your teachers, you talk about this escalation, this new trend. Talk to us about that and your concern.
Yes, we've seen for this year alone over a dozen. Maybe this is about the 13th case or incident that took place within the schools, where there has been confrontation between parents or students and teachers, and we believe that this is an unacceptable thing that we see surging in Guyana. Obviously, we have to revisit our laws to provide better protection for our teachers. One of the things we have noticed is that the schools do have security, but we have been saying for years that the security that is at the school are not very able-bodied people generally, and therefore they offer limited or no protection to our teachers. So we'd like to see several things done, and we're looking forward to engage the Ministry of Education with a view to revising some of the legislation to deal with these upsurge in terms of incidents where teachers are being assaulted and attacked on the plan. So we hope that our teachers, like you see here this afternoon, will continue to show that these kind of things we wanted them to stop. And as you see this crowd here this afternoon, we also had another showing in West Northeast where the entire staff and had we called the entire country persons would have come out because we feel generally as a teachers union and the teacher representative that it is too much.
Sir, you talked about the changes that are necessary. Parents are certainly going to be watching. What do you say to parents?
Are we saying to parents that this is not acceptable to go into schools? Obviously, teachers have the best interest of your child. Children spend at least 6 hours a day at school. The rest they spend at home. And therefore, the school is like their second home. The teachers are like their second parents. And generally, what I know, teachers look out for these children to complete their SBAs, to complete their projects, to ensure that they have their notes and to explain the work and to give guidance generally. So teachers are not there to spite anybody's child, and we want parents to take that out of their minds. Teachers are there to help your child and to see that your child excel at their education.
Thank you very much, President Mark Light. Thank you so much. Most welcome. Yes, we have been caught up in this unfortunate situation. Tell us your thoughts now, having emerged from the police station on the issue.
So, Duncan, good evening. My thought is that as a teacher, I think it is the time has come for us to work collaboratively with parents and students in order to eradicate this issue. It seems as though this is a new COVID that is happening, and it's really not good for us as teachers, neither students who are in our care for more than 5 hours. And a school is a home away from home. So this is not what we want to happen. We want to have a good relationship with parent, teacher, and the student. What's paramount here is us educating the students who are in our charge. So that's all I'm asking for, a collaborative effort, a relationship with parent, teacher, and the student. Education is of paramount importance in there.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.